You're tuned into Women in Bloom, a mother-daughter personal development podcast for women in their bloom season. Life comes at you fast, and to that we say, bloom anyway.
Okay, there it is.
All right. So, so we already had our warm-up call. We already did that.
Yes.
Jamie, we are so excited to have you on the call today. Well, on the podcast. I should not say on the podcast. It's the podcast.
Thank you.
So one of the things that drew us to you and your work was this idea of a wellness concierge that will come into your space and get you right. Get you right. I think one of the things that we've done over the years, Eldris and I remember growing up, she was always moving furniture around. Always adjusting the space, always trying to like catch the sunlight because the sun does different things at different times of the year.
Right.
A lot of paying attention to colors and textures. Go ahead, chime in, Eldris, because I know you that was my thing.
No. Because I like the seasonal change, right? And so the sunlight hits different. But it also it's almost like that feeling that you get when it's time to go to school in September, like after the summer, like this renewal that comes like, oh, you get this excitement. And so moving my environment does that for me just a little bit, but I like it.
Yeah. My mom used to do the same thing growing up all the time.
Yeah,
changing the furniture around.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like you got a new place.
It really does feel like that.
Yeah, I was telling, we were talking about it after we hung up with you the other day. So for listeners, for the podcast, we like to do just a 15-minute warm-up call so that when we actually do record, it feels very natural between us.
Yeah.
And first of all, we kept finding ourselves at moments during that conversation, like, okay, this is getting good, but let's save that. Like,
save it for the podcast.
We need to have something to talk about.
It was delicious. It was delicious to us.
It was delicious. I love that.
It was. So we are placement and arrangement of furniture type people. We are natural light people. Scents, colors, textures, all of that. So your work immediately drew us to you. And we just, in the same vein of talking about wellness and wellness for women in particular, we like to focus on women of color because that's who we are. That's our work. That's our, soul work that we do. So can you tell us a little bit, number one, about yourself and how you got started on this journey and why this? Like, there's so many wellness offerings. So what about this was like, that's what I want to offer.
It's going to be my
thing. Well, like you were saying, growing up, Eldris was changing the furniture around all the time. So almost how did I get started is like when I was born, because every single thing in my life, I realize now looking back and also like reading over old journals is one thing informs the other. And so something that you think is probably insignificant leads you to that place. And my mother was rearranging furniture all the time in our house too, when it was spring cleaning or it was just to feel a new energy, a new vibe, or reset the tone. And it's like you were saying, we're doing these things intuitively, not knowing that this is really for health and wellness. It didn't have that kind of label back in the day, but that's what we were doing. And I really think that everything that I do came from my mother's influence. And so I started being like, I was always like a helper person, and I remember growing up that my mom used to go on she would go running around the track, like exercising, and I would be in the bleachers. And I would be like, yay, mommy, you can do it. Go, mommy.
Nice.
Jamie, what's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, okay. I get the concierge.
Can you see it?
Virgo.
Okay. And also, if you follow like Chinese zodiac and stuff like that, I was born year of the dog, and it's water dog. So I know this is extra. You're gonna have to look this up after, but a water dog, if you can imagine like a golden retriever like treading
Yes.
through the water,
Mhm.
I really feel that in myself. It's like that helpful energy, like
Oh,
I'm sweet,
beautiful.
I'm nice, and let me let me be helpful to you. So
Mhm.
I think that's just a part of my energy,
Mhm.
and why I decided to do it in the way where I'm the concierge, I'm helping you, I'm making it easy for you,
Mhm.
is my former career focused heavily on customer service and hospitality. I
Mhm.
was in property management for a long time. And so selling apartments to people and being there to handle, when they're residents at the community, you always want to solve something for them and give them the best experience. And
Mhm.
so I just noticed that giving that high level of customer service has been kind of my thing for a long time. Even like I said, going back to the bleachers cheering for my mom,
Yeah.
making it a great experience, right? She can't just run. She
Right,
has to have a
right.
good experience while running.
That's so
Yes, a
sweet,
cheerleader.
though. That's so
Yeah.
sweet.
And
Because
so I want people to really feel it, and
There's an
there's a
art to
lot of
that.
things out there. There's a lot of things out there today that are what I would consider quick fixes.
Mhm.
And I really like someone to have real lasting effects. And so, I think it's helpful to show people how to make it easy in their
Mhm.
lives.
No,
yeah.
that's wonderful. And that was just saying that there's an art to that, right? That
Yeah,
that not everybody has that skill set or has that energy, right? So I can
right,
feel that coming from you and wanting to give people that. That's a beautiful thing.
right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It
Mhm.
is. It is. And I have been talking about you to friends. And every time I bring it up, they're like, I need her. Does she travel? And
I do let them know.
Wonderful.
that
Yes.
was one of the things that I wanted to ask you when we did our warm-up call, because my friend was like, send me her information.
Mhm.
She's like, she's like, it's been 6 months that she's been telling herself that she wanted to do a certain thing. And
Mhm.
she's like in her house, just like, to really get the space to where it feels right for her. And
Yeah.
it's been months and months and months and months and months. She just purchased. And anyway, she wants
Mhm.
your information. So I'm going to send it. But,
Please. Because
um,
Wonderful.
it gets overwhelming doing it by yourself. And
Yeah.
then you just end up kind of not doing anything because it
Mhm.
just feels too big.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
before
good
you
to
know it,
have.
the lease is up. Before you know it, you selling it.
The lease is up and you got to start all over
All over
again.
again. Yeah. But it's so good to be able to have um, a set of eyes that are different from yours so that can see possibilities. And because a lot of times you get stuck in either a process, a routine, or a pattern, and you can't see beyond that. So you need
Yes.
someone to be able to say, what if you did this different? Right? I can see where you could do, and then all of a sudden it's like magic. Right.
Yes,
Someone
yes.
else.
And
Yeah.
it's funny you say that because in my mind, like if I had to rename what I do in the
Uh-huh.
way that it's in my mind, I think of it as fly on the wall because
Mm.
that's the first thing I'm doing. I said I'm a Virgo. I'm very, particular, about this detail, that detail. And then I spent all those years in property management, so it's like I notice every single thing in every
Mm.
corner
Hmm.
and you can't see it anymore,
Right,
but
right.
it's blaring to me.
Right.
Isn't that the truth? You can't
Yeah.
see it anymore, and all of a sudden somebody else points it out. You're like, oh,
Right.
I didn't even know that.
Jamie, like,
Yes,
let me in there because I I
that's right.
love that. I love that. I want to quickly pause and you kind of spoke of this like your mother rearranging spaces and
Yeah.
something that you got from her. And I'm curious from our resident eldress in the space, what did it do for y'all? Like when you were, what was there any like what brought that on? Is it just like I want something new, I want something fresh, or like, you know, the kids are running amok, like I need to rearrange the space to where it makes sense? Like, what was the motivator?
For me, a lot of times it was, but the seasons bring something different, right? So, um, in our old home, we had like bay windows in the living room, and during the winter months, I would keep like the outer uh, curtains drawn mostly. So you would get a little bit of sun, but there's not a lot of sun in that place anyway. You get a little bit of sun, but in the summertime, I wanted all of the sun. So I would move the furniture away from that space. So it mostly had to do with seasons for me, but sometimes I was just bored with it. Like I just need that thing right there. I'm gonna kick it one more time. Right. It's gonna be in my way one more time when I walk by it, and it's gotta be moved. So it really depends, but I got a lot of joy from doing it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, when my mom was doing it, she kind of expressed the same thing, that she would get bored and
Hmm.
she wanted to feel fresh and new.
Hmm.
And it really, you are, wow, you're really making me think of like everything growing up.
Mm.
And I grew up, my family was military, so we moved around a lot.
Uh-huh.
And so every place, every new state, every new city, I was the new girl.
Mm.
So I'm telling you, I didn't like the part about losing friends and starting all over,
Uh-huh.
but I love the identity piece where it's like, okay, I get to choose that I'm going to
Right.
be this way now.
Right. Right.
And that's kind of what the furniture moving around reminds me of,
Mm.
because you change the identity of your home. It doesn't look the same anymore. It's not wearing the
Mm.
same outfit, right? It's not
Yeah.
the same. And so you behave differently in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I love that analogy. You
Yeah.
you you change the outfit, right?
Right.
And you feel different when you got, oh, this is a new outfit, right?
Right.
Fluff the pillows up a little bit, right?
Truthfully,
Yeah.
I found myself doing that after a breakup, like
Mm.
where I'm like, I'm I have to crack the dust out of, some of the rugs. Like everything needs to get changed over because like I need, and even the scents,
Mhm.
the smell of the
Yeah.
environment too. I turned
Yes.
over, and that's, the breakups make up, that's in the past. But this is
Mhm.
something that I used to
That's a
do to
different
like
podcast.
reset my space. So,
That's so funny that we're all doing it intuitively or taught by, our elders, but we don't label it this way.
Right.
But we
no.
really are doing these things. Like you said, relationship breakup, you cut your hair, you
Yeah,
change your makeup, you start going to different places, you change your clothes.
right. Read a new
It's
book.
all about being brand new and
Yeah,
bringing that new energy.
Right. New energy.
that's the
I love
beauty.
it.
That's the reframe that we
The
just
rephrase.
love to talk about here. So we do like kind of, and we'll kind of go into like the more like wellness focused questions, but did you have like an aha moment when you realized like, and it's okay if you didn't, but was there like a moment like, oh shoot, that's the missing piece?
Mm.
Let's see. I don't know if it was an aha moment. It's been more of like a progression
Okay.
and then a realization
Mm,
of, oh, this is what I'm doing, as I'm searching for ways to label myself,
okay. Okay.
because this has been a lifelong journey. And as I mentioned, my previous career in property management, and I got to the point where I wanted to leave that and do something else
Mhm.
for business, for myself. And I said, okay, well, what do I want to do? I'm like, okay, I want to make a living being me. Well, what is that? What does it mean
Mm,
to be me? And
Okay.
what are the parts about me that shine outward to other people that they would be attracted to and want some of?
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
And so that's when I realized that it was in a wellness bubble,
Mhm.
and that I had been on this long journey even before I left that career
Mm.
of helping myself
Mm-hmm.
because I spent so long as a single mother. My son is an adult now, and I'm an empty nester now, so I'm very proud of that journey.
Mhm.
But there were things along the way that might push me to one thing or the next or the next or the next.
Mm-hmm.
So my wellness journey started off with learning about vision boards,
Mm.
probably like
I love a
maybe
good vision
15
board.
years ago or
Mhm.
so. I remember Oprah was having some sort of challenge
Mhm.
and she was doing some vision board thing. And I'm like, well, what's a vision board? And so I learned about these tools that you can use to help, further the transformations in your life.
Mhm.
And so just piece by piece by piece, just starting with that and then meditation. And then there was a young lady at my job who didn't eat meat. And I needed to lose some weight at the time. And I was like, okay, let me try that.
Mhm.
So little by little by little,
Mm-hmm.
all of this information started coming to me and doing the research. And we didn't have, Chat GPT or even that much of Google information at that time to tell us all of this stuff. So, you begin to research it, and then just little by little, it becomes part of your life. You start to watch documentaries and things like that. So
Mm.
it just developed
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a beautiful transformation. I just wanted to ask, do you still not eat meat?
I don't.
Ah,
I
okay.
I'm a
It was a real
vegan or
transition.
plant-based or whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
And I've been doing that for over 10 years now.
Oh,
So that's been
wonderful.
a journey too.
Well, it shows on your skin. You look
Oh,
beautiful.
Thank
listen.
you. Thank you. Thank
When
you.
I first, I was like, dang, she looked so young. And I was like, when you said you were vegan, I was like, that makes sense. That
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. I
That's right.
recently, I've been dealing with chronic illness for the last 3 years. So I've had to exclude a lot of things from my diet. And with everything that I exclude, my skin just, I'm like, this is that like, um,
Mm-hmm.
correcting your skin from the inside out. Because I didn't know I
Yeah.
was allergic to all these things. And
Mm.
like,
Yes.
I can tell immediately when I accidentally eat something because I start getting little pimples and stuff like that, like little dark spots and stuff like that. But child, when you eat right, your skin will pay you
Looks
back.
Yes, it will. And listen, I'm so glad you said that because I get that comment all the time about my youthful appearance. So thank you, first of all. But
Yeah.
I love that you said that because I need people to understand that beauty is not only skin deep,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that it's okay to be concerned about the way that you look.
Mm-hmm.
Because your personal appearance says a lot about who you are on the inside,
Yes.
and your health on the inside and that surrounding you radiates on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
it's almost like a calling card, or the skin, the appearance is the message, is notifying
Mm.
others and
Mm.
yourself when you look in the mirror what is going on the inside.
Ooh,
Wow.
come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about it, Jamie. You are preaching
Yeah.
now.
So somebody can say, "Oh, I want some of that." I don't know what that is, but whatever that
Right.
is, I want some of that.
Right. We
Beautiful.
talked with an esthetician a few months ago, and she was talking, we were talking about beauty and all the different things, and it came up, this idea of like, well, there's a lot of like emotional things that go into whether or not you feel beautiful. It's not just like everything that's on the external, but it's
Right.
also okay to like care what your bare face looks like, because
Absolutely.
like you said, it's an indicator of what's going on inside. So like your skin is like almost like, it sounds almost an alarm, but it's
Mm.
hard to know that the alarm is sounding if you've constantly been eating and taking
Right.
in, or maybe stressed and anxious and not really sleeping enough. All that is like, it begins to show in your appearance
Yeah.
first. I mean, your energy levels, of course, but then also like what's happening on the outside, like, so thank you for saying that too, because
Yeah. The body knows best. The body knows
Right.
sometimes what we use our intellect to override.
yes.
We can tell what we are feeling. And I remember one time I was so stressed, but I was so used to being stressed that I couldn't feel it. And I was visiting with my mom, and she's like, "Why is your head shaking like that?" Because I had this thing where I was, shaking my head back and forth like this, and I didn't even know it. I guess I was so worked up and my nervous system was going that I was just shaking. And I didn't even notice. I was asking her, what was she talking about?
Right.
Like, what do you mean I'm shaking my head? But apparently she said, you're going like this. She started shaking her head back and forth. And I was just shocked. Like, wait a minute, am I?
Wow.
That's another thing that we don't talk about is when you carry that level of stress, because the ultimate alarm is a stroke. And people don't draw that connection between I'm running like this constantly for years, and then all of a sudden, you have this major health scare. And like the high levels of stress, just it can take you there. Like, look, I don't want to scare people, but I'm just like, no, when you're stressed out, you need to go touch grass. It's a matter of
okay. Literally. That's not a figure of speech.
You need to go touch grass, go get your favorite book and a cup of tea and call out of work. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, hug a tree. But you know what? When you can feel that level of tightness, right? And a lot of times what happens to us as women is we feel like, okay, well, I got to get to the next thing. Well, if I can finish this, I can stop the tightness. But the things pile up on top of each other, and you go from one tight space to the next tight space until you're all wound up like that. And the home is supposed to be the sanctuary, right?
Right.
Which is why it's so important.
Yes,
I want to bring us back because it's so important. It's so important. We all into the having the stroke territory and all that.
Right. You've gone everywhere.
Go ahead, El, just bring us back.
But this is why your home is so important. That it's really the space that you like.
It's
nothing
the retreat.
It is the retreat. It is the retreat. Yes, I do love that. I love that.
Home is the retreat. Home is the retreat.
Yes, home is the retreat. It's where you recover. And so it's just important to have that set up for you to be able to come down from the day.
Right.
And come and be in your personal space.
Yes. So Jamie, why are practicality, integration, and utility so important on a woman's wellness journey?
First of all, if it's not practical, it's not going to get done. Because we're going to find something else that we feel is more important than that. It's going to be
the psychology of it. Take us through there. Because seriously,
if it feels too hard, if it feels overwhelming, especially for women like us, for Black women, for hardworking women, for career women, for mothers, for people who have so much in their backpack, so much on their plate, so much carrying around, we continue to put ourselves on the back burner. And so this is the reason why people reach for quick fixes, because we need it done and we don't need it to interrupt the rest of our flow.
Right.
That's how we think, that, oh, well, when I go to sleep, I'm going to rest. Not knowing that your body's going through all of these different integrations while you're sleeping.
Yes.
And so it has to be practical so that you will actually do it, that it actually feels like a part of your everyday life. And the integration, I really believe in immersive wellness. So when I say immersive, ubiquitous, that means it's surrounding you. It's all around you. You cannot escape from wellness. And so this is the way
I
that I arrange my home, that I teach other people to arrange their home and their space, even their office space, everywhere around you, so that you have no other choice.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it
And
also,
when you have no other choice, it's easier for you to do.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it sounds like through design, it becomes something that you want to do because I guess when it's immersive, it's so prominent. It's like it almost is naturally occurring. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's just more natural. It's not like you have to go out of your way because you're in it. So it's,
Like breathing.
yeah.
Right. For instance, let's say you decided to go on a trip to Greece and there was no fast food there where you went whatsoever.
Mhm.
And there was no real transportation. You had to walk everywhere that you went. So you are dropped into this world, and your only option is to walk from place to place and, and eat whole food that is prepared slowly by someone,
Mhm.
right? Imagine this scenario. And
Mhm.
so you automatically adapt to that environment.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're going to start seeing the effects of that environment because you have no other choice.
Right.
Mhm.
So the people around you are doing the same thing. They're eating the same thing. You have no other options of what to eat. You have no other option of the sunlight or, or
Mhm.
walking because that's what everyone else is doing, or that's the only way to get from point A to B.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
These are the only options that you have.
Mhm.
And so one of my favorite people to follow is this guy named Dan Buettner.
Mhm.
And he's a researcher, National Geographic fellow, and him and some other researchers developed the concept of the blue zones, if you've ever heard of that.
Oh,
Oh
we
yeah. Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you understand that the blue zones are these places all around the world where people live a really long time, or they have historically to 100 years or better. And you notice these commonalities between these people. And I went to one of Dan's lectures and someone asked him, okay, if you had to just pick one thing, just one of the things that you can do to change your entire wellness, and maybe this is that aha moment that I had.
Mhm.
What is the one thing that you can do that can change, that will have the single biggest impact? And
Walking.
he said, your environment.
Ah,
That was his answer. And
And that's
talk
so,
about
for
confirmation.
people who cannot pick up and move to Greece,
right.
who cannot pick up and move to these areas where the wellness is all around them and the people's way of life, that they don't even realize that they're participating in wellness. It's just the way that they live.
I
So if you
love
can't
that.
pick up and move, you have to pretend that you're there
Yeah.
Mhm.
all around you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
convince yourself
Yeah.
that you have to manipulate your environment.
You have to manipulate your environment.
Yeah.
What you put yourself around is what repeats in your world over and over again.
Yeah.
The way that the brain works
Mhm.
is the same way that the social media algorithm works, actually.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they did some research on the brain to decide how the algorithm is going to work.
Mhm.
Because the way that the brain works is it feeds you what it knows again and again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the classic example that everyone always uses for this is, how once you get a car, a certain type of car, now
Yes.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden you see that car everywhere.
Yeah.
It's because now your brain is trained to pay attention to that thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Your
Mhm.
brain says, alert, I recognize that thing. Now I
Right.
know what category to put it in. Let
Right.
me show it to you again every time.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And there it is again.
So
And there it is again.
there
Right.
it is again. There it is again.
Everybody
So
got your
just like
car.
the social media algorithm,
Mhm.
the more you concentrate or look at something, share something, the more time you spend with it, that is what is going to be in your algorithmic bubble.
Right.
It's the same way in life. The more time you spend on wellness, in nature, doing things, the way that nature intended it to be, pulling those things around you, taking advantage of natural sunlight, eating whole foods, being around other people who believe in this lifestyle. That is all that you will see. It'll
Yeah.
feel like, wow, everyone's doing this.
Let me
Right.
tell you how I
No, it's your bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm calling that in. So I need it. Calling that in.
Yeah, because the opposite is also true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you focus on the negative, more of that will walk into your space.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like you put in an order. It's like,
Right.
oh, that's what you want to see? That's
Right,
what you pay
right,
attention
right.
to?
Let me give you more of that.
Here's more on a platter.
Yes.
Jamie,
Wow. Mhm.
you talked a little bit about when you're in an immersive environment, the people around you are doing it, you know. So I naturally went to like, sheesh, like how do you control for like when working with clients, or is this something that you control for like the folks that they're around? Like what if their spouse loves McDonald's? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
or like you have dietary restrictions and like your spouse doesn't. So they're constantly bringing in dairy and gluten and you can't eat dairy and gluten. And it's just like, ugh, like I'm tempted.
Okay. Well, two things, right? Thing number one is going back to that identity shift.
Mhm.
You have to decide who you are, and you have to say, I don't do this. I do that. And so it's not an option for you. Like, for instance, I'm vegan. If someone, oh, what if someone brings meat? I don't eat meat.
Mhm.
So that's not an option for me.
Yeah.
Now, of course, that's going to be extremely difficult for somebody just starting out, but baby steps, right? And my husband actually, he eats all the meats, all the dairy, and our diet is very far from each other.
Mhm.
But you just have to decide. Everything
Yeah.
is a decision. And
Mhm.
then if it's Monday and you did it on Monday and then Tuesday you fell off the wagon, just get back on
Back
the
on.
wagon Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just know that you are influencing everyone around you, because my husband started moving towards what I was doing.
More
Mhm.
plant-based.
Yeah, the more he saw me do, the more he saw that I was dedicated to it, the more he saw that I was serious about it, that I wasn't budging, he
Mhm.
started coming in my direction.
Mm.
So my energy came stronger. But I never said that he shouldn't eat meat or anything like that, because everybody's body and health conditions are different.
Right.
And so I just stay in my lane,
Mhm.
and I have the left side of the refrigerator. He has the right side of the refrigerator. But sometimes we have these products that overlap because I've given him the exposure
Mhm.
to try different things. And now he eats dairy-free ice cream and noticed, oh, when I eat dairy-free ice cream, I'm feeling a lot better.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
feeling a
that's
lot
what sent
better
me
in
to
my
the
stomach.
toilet. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not getting the bubble guts after. Maybe I should listen to her. So for him, I became the surrounding environment for him.
Mhm.
He couldn't escape it. He
Yeah.
had to see what I was doing. He had to see what I was using. He
That's
had to see what
powerful.
I was bringing in the house. And now, so after the 5.5 years that we've been together, it wasn't on day one, but now he's cooking way more than he's ordering DoorDash like he used to.
Mhm.
He is inserting a lot more vegetables, a lot more whole foods, and even trying plant-based things. Like I said, the ice cream. I've seen him try dairy-free cream cheese, and we have this meal delivery
That's
service that we
oh.
get. So it's the constant exposure, I think. And
Yeah.
you just have to be okay with the person that's closest to you not doing the exact same thing
Not
as
doing the
you.
thing.
You have to be
Right.
okay within yourself,
Yeah.
Mhm.
to do it for yourself.
I always tell people when people are like, oh, because people will be like, oh, your skin looks great. And I'll be like, no dairy, no gluten, no added sugar. And they're like,
What?
A lot.
all of that?
What?
And my thing with them, even when I used to like work out, I don't work out as much as I used to, but even when I used to work out, I used to tell people like, just commit to a 2-week habit. And if you don't find it any easier to do after committing for 2 weeks, then you've proven me wrong. But I bet 100% that if you can commit to 2 weeks, it'll be easier every day
Moving
after that.
forward.
I
Right.
feel like those 2 weeks are the hardest in establishing a habit. And I know
Right.
it's like 21 or 22 days or something like that, but I always say rock with it for 2 weeks because like if you can do that, then you can get that 2-week badge in your heart and know that
Yeah.
you got a 2-week badge. And then you'll realize like, oh, it's definitely not easy, but it's not as hard as I was making it out to be.
Right.
Yeah.
But even, and I'm speaking of myself, right? 2 weeks is hard sometimes, right? And I'll say that because sometimes, I want what I want. And so a 2 week thing, I might say 2 weeks, but I might not even do it 3 days. So, so one of the questions that I had
You
is,
got
do
to
you
work
find
on your
that
mentality though.
that's right, right, okay? And I know me, right? I got some elder years that I'm like,
Right.
I know what I'm gonna, where I'm gonna be strong, and I know where I'm not, right?
Okay.
So
Right.
I do make decisions based on that. But do you find as you're working with people about some changes that they need to make either with their diet or even with their home, do you find like people are open to that? Like sometimes people might be a little defensive about moving stuff. What do you think? What do you find?
People are very defensive,
Mm,
especially when they feel like that it's beginning to feel like something is wrong with them or that it begins to feel
right.
like it's overwhelming. And you're right. Some people can't make it the entire 2 weeks. They can't make it 3 days.
Hmm.
Everyone has their different motivations.
Right.
So some people want to get ready for a wedding. Some people want to get ready for vacation.
Mm,
Some people want to get a revenge body because they broke up or something.
mm,
And sometimes you have to work with those different things. But
right.
I also work with the resistance because the resistance informs me
Hmm.
because maybe that's not the right route for you specifically.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
for instance, I was working with someone and we were talking about putting things on her calendar so that she can get more organized and timely with everything, and including putting herself on the calendar.
Mm,
And I asked her if she had, a physical calendar for this. And she brought it out. She showed it to me. Yes, I have it, but I don't use it. Now, I'm not going to force her to use it. I say, okay, let's get rid of that then. It's
right.
not the way. Do
Hmm.
you use your phone a lot? Yes, I put everything on my phone. Okay, let's work with what you like
Right.
because then you're more likely to be doing this thing long term if
Right.
we figure out what you like and then take it piece by piece.
Yeah. Yes.
This just like we were talking about earlier, my health journey, being vegan, been doing this for 10 years, 15 years, you know, you don't start all the way at the end.
Yeah.
And so if you consider it just a temporary thing, and then you're not seeing the results that you're looking for,
Right. Right.
then that is going to make you feel bad mentally.
Discouraged. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very discouraged. Exactly. And so I really like it when I get pushback from people because
Okay.
it's telling me how you need it.
Hmm.
What you have going on in your life. Someone else I was working with, she would reschedule our appointments all the time or cancel our appointments and push it out further to the next date. So
Hmm.
when I spoke to her, I realized I know it's important to her. I could easily say, oh, it's not that important to you because you keep rescheduling. But really, it's an indicator that she's continuing to put herself on the back burner
Right.
because
Right.
our sessions are for her. And
Hmm.
I even had to point out to her that she's constantly checking her phone during our sessions
Hmm.
just to see, like, oh, what time is it? Am I getting a call? Is the session over? So I rearrange myself according to her. So
Mhm.
now, as soon as I come in, I say, okay, I'm setting a timer. Let's say our engagement is from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I said, okay, I'm going to set a timer for 40 minutes. So, during this 40-minute block, you don't have to check your phone. If the alarm didn't go off, we're within this time bubble. And
Mhm.
it's almost like time extends because she knows that I'm in charge of her time.
Mhm.
And that when that timer goes off, it's not even time to rush out of the door. We still got 20 minutes left to close out.
Right. Right.
Mm.
So I work with the pushback and let the
Mhm.
pushback inform me what the person's struggling with.
Right. And
That's so
sometimes it,
insightful, Jamie.
yeah,
Thank you.
the pushback though, sometimes people need that evidence, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because sometimes we say one thing and mean another, and our behavior will betray us, right? And
Yeah.
so sometimes we need someone else to say, well, here's what has happened, right? Here's how this has shown up, so that we
Right.
can take stock of it, to have somebody give us that feedback.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that is a lot of what I do is
Mm-hmm.
observation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, I'm assessing your habits, I'm digging your business. I want to know, well, what's your morning routine? Okay, well, your morning routine starts at night. What did you do last night? What did you eat for dinner last night?
That's
Okay,
something
show me the portions. I draw out a circle on a piece of paper. Show me you had rice and beans. Where was the rice? How much did the plate did that take up? How much did the
Mm.
plate the beans take up? Show
That-
I
my,
I
my
want to
rice and
know
beans is your
everything.
whole hand. So
right. This is rice and beans.
right, this rice and beans, right. Wait, this
Protein.
this rice and beans.
I
Right.
want to know everything in your lifestyle. That way I know, okay, this is how we need to set up your house.
Right, right.
Yeah.
This is what we need to start. Because if I don't know all of those things, if I don't dig in and ask those questions,
Mm.
then I'm arranging your house the way I think it should go.
Right,
But
right,
really, that's for me and the way I live. And I'm 15 years in the game, you
right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
So you need your house arranged for what's going on in your life, you, your spouse or not, your children or not.
Yeah.
Everyone's life is completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Go ahead, Jack. That was
I,
fun.
that's okay. I was just wondering, of your clients, like, do you have like um, a really good success story, like someone that you worked with? Maybe they might have given you a little bit of resistance, but oh my goodness, look at what happened. You have one of those?
I have this. There was this one guy that came to me, and I'm usually working with women, so I love when I work with men
Mm-hmm.
because I find for some reason opposites will listen to opposites for some reason.
Mm.
So I
Okay.
love working with men.
Mm.
And he came to me because he was curious about vegan and, changing his health in that way from what
Mhm.
he was eating, his diet. But I think he ran like a smoke pit barbecue type of
Mhm.
business. This man was in the business of meat.
Of meat.
He was
Okay.
in the business of meat, serving it, cooking it, eating it all the time.
Mm.
Mm. Okay.
And all I did for him was and this was before I got into the home wellness. This was his lifestyle. And it all goes together.
Mm.
I wanted to know every single thing he was eating, every single thing that he was drinking, whether he thought it was bad or whether he thought it was good. I wanted to know every single thing that was going on with his health. He told me all of those things. And I just reflected back to him what the ingredients were, what he was eating. I shared with him some links, some documentaries, some information, and I just exposed him, right? And next thing I know, and the engagement was short, right? because I gave him all of this homework to do. And it seemed like this wasn't like a long engagement where I was working with him for months and months. He just took the information, he absorbed it, and he was like, wow, I don't know what I'm going to do because I run this business and I make meat all the time. But after all of the information that we went over together, he ended up going vegan. He didn't do that business anymore. I don't know where his career went after that, but it was so impactful to him. And he lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
So it really shifted his entire identity, his entire life, his whole way of being was transformed just from the information, just from the exposure, just from me holding a mirror to him and saying, you're coming to me because you want something. And this is what it's going to take to be that guy who you really want to be.
Yeah.
Who you say you want to be.
So take it or leave it. And he took it. Yeah, who you say you want to be.
Right.
And he actually did it. And changed his entire life, business, everything. I'm sure, you know, it trickled down to his family and everything.
Yeah. And what's beautiful about that is, as he begins to tell his story, that'll be like a pivotal moment for him, right?
Exactly.
That I changed and did a whole 180, and now I'm this. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All for the better.
A lot of times we don't realize, first of all, half the things on nutrition labels, we can't really understand what they are. Like when we're eating certain food, so for one of the things, one of my dietary things is I can't eat corn. So, you know, there's a lot of different things on nutrition labels that are corn, derived from corn, but that's not telling you that it's corn. So it's like, you don't know what you don't know. Like there's certain things that are just inflammatory to you and to the average human. And that you have, because it's so normalized in our, I guess, agricultural food and nutrition type of where we live, then, you know, people don't see that. Even the idea of eating a whole bunch of packaged food all day long, everything comes out of a package, is like something you don't realize. And so I don't think I was, I think I was about 30 when I started to like think about the fact that all of our food is coming from, like, you know, these kind of prepackaged things. And then we're kind of going off topic, so I'm gonna get back on, but we
are on topic. We are on topic because it's a lifestyle. It's everything that surrounds you. It's everything in your space. And part of the redesign of your home can be redesigning your fridge and cabinets. And sometimes that's one of the first things that I work on with people, because they want to be hit with exactly what they want. And most people are, I'm stressed out, or I want to lose weight, right? It's usually one of those things. And so starting right there in that kitchen with that redesign, with pulling your fruit forward, or learning about the nutrition label, learning, you know, that it's in order of what it has the most of to the least. Some people don't even know that, realizing that everything on the front of the package is advertising. Even, for instance, you don't think of this as design, but it's a cross between design and organization and really the arrangement of things, right? So one person that I was working with, she thought that she was doing something good by inserting matcha instead of drinking coffee with a bunch of creamer. So we looked at her powdered matcha container, a bag, looked at the ingredients, and the first ingredient is sugar. Way, way, way down on the list, fourth or fifth is where the matcha was. So now we take that out of the coffee section and put that bag where her desserts are. See, even that's a redesign. Now you can still have it if you want, boom. But now it's over here where the desserts are.
Where it belongs.
Right.
It's so, like, I mean, it's so very, because I just also say, like, I've gone to Starbucks and I get like the matcha from Starbucks. And my milk substitute, I alternate between almond milk and coconut milk. And
Okay.
the coconut milk always tastes sweeter. And I think I had assumed it's sweeter because it's coming from a coconut. And I one day decided to look up the label, and there's dextrose in it. And there's all like
Mm.
you know, the like corn syrup and some other
Mhm.
corn derivatives and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's supposed to be coconut milk.
Right.
Coconut milk plus.
Plus
Why is that in there? I'm
the
just like, I
coconut milk
can't.
hybrid.
Right. It's a hybrid. It's a
Mhm.
hybrid. So
You know,
Jamie,
the industry.
Yeah.
yeah.
They need to use all of the ingredients that they have. They have to find ways
Um,
to insert it everywhere.
I'm
Mm.
like,
They're trying to kill us.
I love when I can look at the back of a label and it says like, oh, apple juice, blueberry puree, like it's just like, okay, boom, like that's it.
Yes, I can read it. I know exactly where it is and where it came from.
Mm.
Um, Jamie, how can you tell when someone is ready for this change or like when they're not ready?
Mm. I would say when they're ready, they keep coming back. They keep trying, you know? The biggest readiness sign is putting your money where your mouth is.
Mm.
That's
You
hard.
That's
know,
proof. That's proof.
that, that lets me know that you're ready, that you don't give up.
Yeah. And that you're ready to take something seriously. That you
Hmm.
take something seriously. So we are rounding out. We went longer than expected, but I
Mhm.
figured that would happen because we absolutely love talking to you on our warm-up call.
Yeah.
One of the things that we wanted to touch on that you talked about. So obviously Women in Bloom is like a multi-generational podcast between myself and my dear sweet mother, Eldris. So we like really do love this multi-generational thing. And
Me
some of the things
too.
that you talked about, you and your sister and your mom, um, I think the nickname is the Cackling Crew.
The cackling crew.
Think that's the nickname that you told us, and we were like, that sounds
That's
about
us.
right. Because it's like the
Yeah.
age when you can finally like the humor is all enmeshed in together, and the experiences you've got a lot of the same experiences, but at different stages. So, we wanted to talk about that a little bit if you're open to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's me and my mom are both grown women at the same time,
Nice.
Me, the cackling crew is me, my mom, and my sister. And
Mm.
so my mom has raised us to the point where, we still have that respect for her and
Mhm.
there's still that boundary,
Mhm.
but we can chat about real grown woman things now.
Mm. Mhm.
And it feels really good and really comfortable
Mhm.
because I mean, I came from my mother.
Yeah.
And so she's the person who I've known the longest in my life,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so, what better person to get advice from, to share things with, and let the information continue to trickle from her because she's continuously learning lessons
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
editing the information that she's sharing with me based off of her now experience.
Mhm.
Wow.
And my sister and I are learning new information as well and passing it up to our mother.
Right.
And so now the information is in a
It's the
wave.
highway.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And
Highway.
it feels really good. It's the best friends that you'll always, always, always have.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, we I think the information exchange going back and forth, like even right down to like planning the podcast episodes
Mhm.
and stuff like that. There's
Ah.
always all right. There's always some little tech that I have to, like do a little mini 5-second tutorial on just to, show out. Hey,
Mhm.
did you know you could do this? Do you know you can do that? But I think also like being an adult, and I think once I hit maybe like 38, I started to see my mother, Eldris, not as just mom or mommy anymore. It's like,
Mhm.
this is another woman. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like, and
right.
start to see her personality. Like, the things that she loves to do. Like, I think when we were younger, it used to be like, Mama, you used to work, like you used to be on that computer from sun up to sundown, out working, and be home at 11, and then up at 6 a.m. working. But I think at 30 something, I realized that my mother was doing purpose-driven work. So this is something that you love. So I would not critique, the fact that you are doing purpose-driven work. It's something that feeds you. And I think, like, as I got older, I began to kind of like, that kind of beautiful season right now that we're in, where we're seeing each other as humans and not necessarily as the label.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. We
Yeah.
tend to, put our mothers on a pedestal, but then when you get that age, 30s, and, now for me, 40s, and you look back at old pictures of your mother and you say, wow, she was younger than me in that picture. And I thought she had it all figured out. And she's just a girl. She's just a girl like me, trying to figure it out day to day.
Okay.
Yes, those pictures will make you,
Like, wait a minute.
Right. Isn't that something?
Yes.
I'm older than she was in that picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
That
Right.
is,
And it's very humbling
yeah.
to do that, because we put our parents way up here on a pedestal, and we have so many expectations of, our elders, and then we become an elder,
Right.
and people start calling us Miss.
Ma'am.
And ma'am, exactly.
Mhm.
And now, people are looking to us, and we're responsible for the next generation.
Right. It's good. It's beautiful to hear you say that, especially because there's just been a lot of damage to mother-daughter relationships, especially in the Black community. So it's when you see it, right? It's a beautiful thing to actually see and be a part of, right? Because things
Yes.
feel like they're in right order when you actually have that coming together of the minds of the adults, right? Not the child and the parent. And because that relationship is always there, right?
Yes.
My mother used to say, I don't care how old you are, I'm still going to be your mother. And she
That's
was right
right.
about that. But that we also could see each other as human and have this relationship of respect with each other. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect is the word.
Agreed.
So we are rounding out this episode, and we like to we're playing with our segments. So
Okay.
we have a segment that we want to do with you, and it's
Okay.
rapid fire round. Here at the podcast, our motto is life comes at you fast, and to that we say bloom anyway. So yes, that's our mantra. So we'll present a common wellness bottleneck and invite you to give a quick response, a recommendation, or a reframe, if you will.
Okay, let's go.
So, number one, too many shoes. What would you say to a woman whose entryway, closet, or bedroom is overflowing with shoes?
I'd probably have her categorize them first, maybe by color or style, because I need to understand why she has that many shoes. Is it that they're not organized, so you don't understand what you have? Or are you searching for something that's missing? So I would probably guess that this woman doesn't have a signature style or like a capsule wardrobe or a look, because she has so many shoes. And that is seeping into her wellness, because if you have so many, then you have to decide which ones you're going to wear at each time. So I would help her reframe that look that she's going for, so that she can easily pick out from those shoes and maybe not buy as many.
I love that, because yes, look at your style. You're not going through all that, like, you know.
Right.
You got your go-tos. Okay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Number 2, overproduced. Too much produce purchased with very good intentions that ultimately goes to waste.
So she's buying things and it's like spoiling in the fridge. I would just, again, this is somebody who is, she's probably, she's making these purchases because she thinks it's the right thing to eat. This is where my mind is going with this,
Okay.
right? I'm processing this in real time. She thinks it's the right thing to eat, but she's obviously eating something else if it's going bad. And then she's going shopping on top of that. So we probably need to adjust what she feels is healthy and put it in a category of what she actually likes to eat instead of what she thinks she should be eating, because obviously that type of grocery shopping isn't working for her. She's not eating it. She doesn't want it. So we need to let her eat what she wants, the flavors that she wants.
Love
Very
that.
good.
I'm going to do the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Dusty dumbbells. Fitness equipment purchased during a moment of motivation that is now collecting dust.
Okay, I would want to know where the dumbbells are and are they in a space that she spends a lot of time. So maybe we may take the dumbbells and put them in the living room where she watches TV all the time. So when she gets bored or there's some type of intermission on the screen, she can just lift a few weights and make it easy on herself. Or maybe even change the color or the size. Maybe they're too bulky. She was overly ambitious and got 10 pounders when she should have got 3 or 5 and started there. A nice, pretty color that's aesthetically pleasing to her. Or I would introduce her to something new. There's actually weights that look like a piece of sculptural home decor that you can put around your home that are pleasing to the eye. And you can put them in spaces that look beautiful like home decor, but it's in your everyday space. It might be in your office or the living room or the kitchen. It doesn't look like, oh, I have a set of dumbbells in the kitchen, but it's now part of your decor. And when you see it, it reminds you, okay, let me just do a couple of reps.
Oh, man. I'm learning something. I'm really learning something. Eldridge, do you want to do the next 2?
Okay. And
this is fun.
These are things
I love this. I love hot seat. I love just rapid fire.
Well, good. Fun. You're doing wonderful with them. And of course, these are things that are issues that we have, right?
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay.
So the next one is books, but no worms, right? So shelves of books, self-help books, wellness books, personal development books, a lot of things that have not necessarily been opened. That's not my problem. I want to put that out there.
Okay. So it's Jasmine's problem.
Yeah, that part must be hers, because we got lots of books here, but these books are being read. But I do have some. So, I do have that. Let me. Yeah, I own some of that. I own some of it.
Okay.
I'll let you ride.
I'm guilty of the same thing. So what I would say to that person is, we know what your intention is. If you have a bunch of self-help books, we know that you want this in your life, right? But there's some reason that you're not getting to the books. So it could be changing the location of the books or choosing one book to take to bed with you at night so that you'll read it. Or we just say, skip the books. That's okay. Watch a YouTube video or put on an audiobook and stick it in your headphones, or listen to it on your way driving somewhere, or while you're taking a hike, put it in your headphones so you can still get the information, or listen to a podcast from the author so that you can still get the information. So you have to give the person permission and let them know that it's okay not to do it the way that they think that it's supposed to be done, or the way someone tells them it's supposed to be done, and just work with what their personality and lifestyle actually is.
Yeah. I'm guilty of if someone says, oh, this is a good book. Oh, I'm gonna get that book. I'm gonna get that book. And the thing, the for me, the kinds of books I like to read are not necessarily those self-help books. I like to read narratives.
Mhm.
So it could be self-help, but I want you to tell me your story, right? Because I can connect with your story
Right.
instead of, a technical book. So
Right.
sometimes it is how it's written for me. But yeah.
Okay. And yeah, it's okay to give away some of the books that you have or donate them to
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
free library.
Mhm.
Or you can be a book collector. Start displaying them. Make your books a part of your decor. They're out, put them somewhere else besides the bookshelf. Make it a coffee table book.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
just make it
okay.
who you are.
Mhm.
Don't force what's not working.
Right. Good, good. That's good, very good advice. And the last one is, um, Jasmine wanted me to put this on here. She think this me, I think this her. Uh, doom
We can
scrolling.
share the load.
Okay, we'll share. Doom scrolling. So the habit of endlessly consuming information while feeling increasingly disconnected, overwhelmed, or stuck. But it's this.
Yeah, now that's a hard one. A
Hmm.
couple of things. One, if you haven't already done it, we need to introduce you to one of those apps that tells you how much time you've spent on it.
Hmm.
Because there's apps on your phone, digital well-being and things like that, where you can set timers and parameters and it'll lock you out of the apps. They'll be gray. You
Oh,
can't get in
Oh.
unless you press on the button. So you can say ahead of time, okay, I'm only going to spend 1 hour a day or
Uh-huh.
2 hours a day doing this thing. And it'll lock you out of that app after that until the next day's cycle. So
Oh, okay.
we can try something like that,
Hmm.
or we can understand that the reason that you're scrolling is because something is missing. Maybe
Hmm.
there's some level of boredom. Maybe you need to get out of the house and connect with people. Maybe you need to go on Eventbrite and find some events, or meetup.com and find some events, or
Hmm.
you need to join an organization, something to pull you out of the house. You need to
fun.
find a friend group to walk with or something like that. So I'm always interested in why are you doing it
Hmm.
rather than just snatching it from you. Because
Right.
as soon as I walk out of the door, you're going to go right back to it. So
Right.
I need to understand why you're doom scrolling,
Hmm.
how late you're doom scrolling, what it is you're looking at. Because
Right.
you could be doom scrolling because you're bored and you live alone. And you also could be doom scrolling because you are looking for inspiration because you want to quit your job and you hate your job so bad that you're looking at other people who have done the same thing and started business.
Right.
So depending on why is
Mhm.
going to inform where we go from there.
Right.
It's not a one size fit all solution.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a really good important point about why, but also what, right? Because
Mhm.
I don't necessarily consider what I'm doing as doom scrolling, but I do spend a lot of time on games. And
Mhm.
I like to do crosswords, um, Sudoku, a bunch of word games. I love a word game. Um, but I'm also um, getting more busy now. So
Mhm.
I can't do that. But I don't doom scroll in terms of looking at a bunch of stuff. I don't think
Yeah.
that.
And
Yeah.
games are good. Games are intellectually stimulating to the brain.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and if you ever feel like, see, the biggest thing about doom scrolling is that we lose time.
Yes,
And
yes.
so again, I'm a big fan of setting a timer
Hmm.
because that awareness will help you decide.
Hmm.
Okay, I set an alarm for, just like when we were in college going to school, the class is 50 minutes and then you stop and do something else.
Right.
Okay, set an alarm for an hour. Now the alarm went off and you get to decide. Am I going to keep scrolling
Hmm.
or am I going to pivot now? Because now I know how much time I've been on.
Right, right.
Nothing worse than looking at your time spent on your phone and seeing that you spent 6 hours on socials
Ooh.
and you ain't running a business.
Okay.
But that's a part-time job. That's money.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I downloaded this app on my phone to tell me about my phone usage. And it told me that every hour on the hour, I was spending at least some time checking my phone.
Wow.
Every single hour. And there was a gap where I didn't check it and I was asleep. So from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed,
Every hour.
so every hour, it may not have been for the entire hour, but a few minutes within each hour, I saw that. And that helped me change. So just seeing it was, eye-opening.
Right.
Wow. Okay, I got to do something about this.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Well, look,
Ooh.
we could talk about this. I mean, there's so many different ways and directions that we could go in this conversation. It has been an absolute joy to talk with you,
Absolutely.
Jamie. You
I love
blessed us.
this. Thank you.
It's been an hour and some change, and we planned for 30 minutes. So thank you for going with the flow
Sure.
and rocking with us. As you know, we appreciate the work that you're doing to help women, obviously, to create lives that are aligned, intentional, integrated, supported, and realistic. I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm
Yeah.
personally taking away is
Practical.
practical, real, and graceful. Like we're not beating ourselves up over. We just
Right.
doing an assessment and we're kind of right fitting stuff to us.
That's right.
So last but not least, where can people find you on socials, website, anything coming up that you want to share that you have going on? This is your, mic is yours.
Well, people can find me just by searching my name, Jamie Connor, with an E, on all social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those places. My website is jamieonwellness.com. You can find me there. And upcoming, I do have some speaking engagements. I'm going to be speaking at a women's empowerment conference hosted by SheEO. And, just to helping women, especially women in business, empowering themselves and putting themselves first and putting wellness in the forefront. So look out for me everywhere. That's where I plan to be, the United States of America and beyond.
I know that's right.
Yes.
Well, thank you. And to our listeners, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week.
Peace and blessings.
Please.